Hello, hi, how are you? Welcome back to The Witchy Show, the greatest show on earth, said nobody ever. And I have come to the conclusion that probably all of the topics that I have talked about up to this point are all from a live video. Where did I get that idea from? I was looking at these lists. I have all these lists. See, I have lists upon lists of content to talk about. And it really seems to me that I did a lot of these in a fucking live video. But you know what? I don't remember what live video that was. And no one really watches the live videos anyways or shows up to them because I never really do them. And why don't I really do them? Because they're boring, okay? I just want to get in, get out, give you the information, and move on with my life. So we're going to talk today about shutting the fuck up in your craft, not in real life. Although I'm sure a bunch of you need to do that in real life. But for those of you who don't need to shut up in real life, you may need to know that you need to shut up in your craft. I've talked about on this channel a few times how you need to listen. You need to listen to yourself, you need to listen to your spirits, you need to listen to your guides, your entities, your gods, your goddesses, your demons, your anal sex fissures, whatever the fuck it is you're into, you need to listen to it. Because that shit is what actually guides you through the craft. If you just ignore everything around you and go running to the internet, you're not listening. You're missing a fundamental part of the craft, which is to shut the fuck up and listen. Now, what the hell do I mean by that? So let's assume, we're going to use the most basic example of all time because everybody can relate to this. A candle spell. I've done them. You've done them. Jesus has probably done them, and the dead cat in the basement 3 floors down has probably done them. There's no dead cat in a basement, and there's 3 floors down, but is that a basement? I don't think that's a basement. I think that's under the building. Anyways, where I was going with this is that when you burn a candle down and the wax goes in all different kinds of directions and so on and so forth, we tend to run to the internet. What does my wax mean? Read my wax. Can you help me with my... No. Fucking do it yourself. Just stare at it and focus and listen and just hone your intuition. It comes down to meditation. New witches really need to learn how to meditate. And it's not difficult to meditate. You just shut off all of your electronics, you shut off all the lights and maybe light some candles and some incense, and you sit there and you breathe. And you let all of the garbage and the bullshit of the day, of the week, of the month, of the year, of the Supreme Court just go. You let it all go so that you can invite in the spirits or at least hear the spirits or whatever it is that you work with. When we don't listen, we miss out on so much, and we tend to start asking the really basic questions that we could have answered ourselves. And I'm not talking the research questions like this book says or this article on this person's blog says. No, I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about how do I burn a candle spell? How do I don't know, cleanse an item? How do I do this? How do I do that? The really fundamental basic things that, yeah, they're kind of in books, but at the same time, if you listen to yourself, if you quiet your mind, if you quiet your thoughts, if you quiet everything, it's going to come to you. And it's going to sound like a voice, or it's going to be a feeling, or it's going to be something, but you're going to recognize it. It's kind of like how you see some of those witches on YouTube. They're running around their house, gathering all of the ingredients and showing you, and they just know because we're listening. Some of us are listening to our spirits. Like I've talked about in the past how the spirits have tell me to do things, right? You need to do this spell, you need to use these types of ingredients. We're not going to give you everything, but you need to figure it out. You need to do it quick. And that's the listening part. Not necessarily being an entity's bitch, but listening, because your entities will request things of you. You don't always go to Hecate and be like, hey, my life is constantly falling apart. Like, that bitch is gonna be like, you need to figure your shit out. You need to figure your shit out. Because she's probably the entire time been telling you the direction in life to go, the path to take, but you haven't been listening. You've been running to the internet and trying to figure out, oh, what do I do? What's going on? I don't understand anything. Why don't you shut the fuck up and listen? Right? Not that damn difficult. And I'm not saying that everybody doesn't listen, but a lot of you don't. And it can be hard at times to listen, to meditate, to focus, to reach out and just have a conversation, or to feel the energy and the presence of that being, right? Like Boone has asked me to do things before. You can't just go to your entity all the fucking time with every problem and issue and spell that you need to do, because they're not a fucking pizza delivery service. These are beings that are way more powerful than you, and they don't have to answer you. They don't have to respond to you. They don't have to give a fuck about you, because you're an ant as far as they're damn well concerned. Why do they listen to us? Because we give them offerings. We give them respect. We give them honor. We give them praise. We invite them into our circles, and we form relationships, and we ask questions. And sometimes, yes, we ask for help and guidance, and sometimes they ask us for help, or they ask us to do something for them. It might be a ritual. It might be lighting a candle. It might be lighting some incense that they really like the spirits really like it when I burn patchouli, right? It tends to put the mood, the atmosphere, the energy of the place in kind of like a calm state, and also a state where the spirits can roam freely, right? They don't feel like they're roaming through stagnant energy when they're around and infesting my house, if you will. And that's all part of me listening to the entities and to the things that I work with, and understanding that this is the relationship that we have. And everybody's relationship is going to be different. But I doubt there's a relationship out there where it's just, Hecate, do this for me. 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 The internet, I have no idea why Hecate is not listening to me. Can you help me out? I don't know what the hell's going on. This dumb bitch was doing shit for me, and now she ain't fucking doing anything. Were you ever listening? I don't have to listen. Why are you in the craft? Why are you in the craft? Christ. Love your faces.